Ronald Reagan resurrected America's belief in herself, and as such, he transformed this country and had a huge impact on the rest of the world.
Robert, thank you very much indeed. Well, some of tonight's other news now, and a woman has been shot dead in front of her children at a family barbecue in Oxfordshire. Another 2 women in their 30s were seriously injured in the attack at the house in Henley-on-Thames. Police have now launched a hunt for the gunmen. An 83-year-old woman has been pulled alive from the rubble of her home after it was destroyed by an explosion. Around 80 firefighters were called to the blast in Faversham, Kent. It's thought a gas leak was to blame. And fast food firms could soon start paying for sports facilities. A leaked document claims the government will ask the food giants to contribute to a national sports fund to help in the fight against child obesity. Well, moving on to sport now, and England's cricketers have put themselves firmly in the driving seat in the second test against New Zealand at Headingley. Geraint Jones was the star of the day with his very first international century. Nick Bashford watched the action.
England needed to bat well to tighten their grip on the series, and Andrew Flintoff did just that. But for once, the powerful all-rounder wasn't the dominant batsman. He was outscored by England's new wicket-keeper Geraint Jones. This hefty blow brought up his 50, as England built a commanding position to the delight of the supporters. Flintoff eventually fell just 6 runs short of his century. Jones didn't make the same mistake. His joy at scoring a maiden Test 100 clear to see. England's huge total of 526 gave them a chance of victory, and their bowlers had New Zealand in all sorts of trouble. As wickets tumbled late in the day, England now have an excellent chance of completing a series victory. Nick Bashford, ITV News.
And Gaston Gaudio staged an amazing comeback today to win the French Open in Paris. The Argentinian was 2 sets down to fellow countryman Guillermo Corio when his opponent began suffering from cramp. But the unseeded player fought back to win 8 games to 6 in the 5th set. Well, now, on this special anniversary, let's go back to Trevor MacDonald in Normandy. Trevor.
Thank you, Andrea. Here in Arromanches, we're coming to the end of this 60th anniversary celebration of D-Day. It's also been a day of commemoration, significant not just because of the tremendous achievement made by the Allied forces that day, but also because their experience is now on the verge of passing from living memory. Coming up after the break on ITV1, an extraordinary documentary telling the story of D-Day in colour. But we leave you now with some of the images of the day from here in Normandy. From me and all my colleagues here, goodbye.
ITV National Weather, sponsored by Powergen.
Hello, good evening. Now, over the next few days, for the start of the new week, temperatures are going to continue to rise. We could, in fact, reach a high of 30 Celsius. But by midweek, it is going to become fresher and, as a result, a little bit more unsettled. So a few showers tonight, but for most of us dry. Perhaps a few mist patches. They could linger first thing tomorrow morning. For a lot of us, so dry and bright. A bit more in the way of cloud, though, across southern Scotland and northern England. So perhaps a few spits and spots of rain here. In fact, a few more showers really developing tomorrow afternoon too. But for many of us, though, it should be dry, bright and sunny and feeling hot and humid in that sunshine. You can see here indicated by the red or the orange colours in the south. We could in fact see 27 Celsius by Tuesday, could be even warmer. I'll see you later. Bye-bye for now.
Positive energy from Powergen.
The story of the Allied invasion of Europe exclusively in colour. D-Day in colour is next.
As the elections loom ever closer tomorrow, GMTV analyses the results of its major poll on Blair. We face the Prime Minister with your views. Should he stay or should he go? Is he seen just as Bush's poodle? Find out tomorrow, 6 till 9:25, only on GMTV, Britain's biggest breakfast.
He's played a Scottish-English spy, a Scottish-Russian submarine captain, and now he's a Scottish medieval dragon.
I have a name.
Sean Connery, as you won't have seen him before.
I would be honoured to be named after those stars. Well, how many dragons do you know?
With Dennis Quaid as his American medieval sidekick.
You're right. It's silly.
Dragonheart, next Saturday at 5:50, ITV1.
Will you ever tell anyone about your past?
In the heart of Suffolk, Frank Perry thought he was safe.
If the past ever came back, but it won't.
In the heart of Iran, Frank Perry has been sentenced to death.
It's a top man who's coming.
You're gonna have to move all over again.
No way. For him, death is not to be feared.
Did you do something to him?
Just leave it.
Just tell me.
I can't.
From the best-selling thriller by Gerald Seymour.
I've drawn a line. An eye for an eye. This is where I stay.
A Line in the Sand, Monday at 9 on ITV1.
Operation Overlord is underway. The news as it was 60 years ago today. D-Day Dispatches is at 11:45.